happy wife, whoever said that should just be beaten to death. Happy wife, happy life. Like, if I hear one more person give that advice to somebody, I have to tell you, that is just the most ridiculous. What does that even mean? Happy wife, happy life.
If she's happy, then I'm happy.
Is
I
that
think
true?
their wife is always unhappy. So if she's not shouting at me and I can just sit here and watch the football, all is
Boy,
well.
is that something to aspire to. Man, I can't wait, for someday for my kids to just sit there while the person in the other room is just mildly dissatisfied with them, and they can just sit and watch, the football game. Really? That's what we're aspiring to? That's what you hope for?
I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
Single men are quietly enjoying something that doesn't trend well online: peace. No arguments over nothing, no walking on eggshells, no constant emotional audits. Just calm routines, hobbies, friendships, and money staying where they left it. Turns out silence can be luxurious.
Women are scared of happily single men. You want to know why? Let's get into it. Being happily single as a man makes you more appealing. Men that don't need to be in a relationship. Men that have high standards. Men that don't chase women. They chase in purpose. This makes women think, wonder if that man is actually interested in them, and will in turn, y'all listen to this, increase the value of that man and his expressed interest in their minds.
Y'all have been lied to. It is not happy wife, happy life. It's the opposite. Happy life, happy wife. When a man sacrifices his peace just to keep her happy, he stops being a man. He becomes a people pleaser with a pulse. It's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy life, happy wife. Because when you are grounded, fulfilled, and leading with purpose, your energy sets the tone for everything in that relationship. A woman feeds off of the masculine stability of her man. If you're miserable, burnt out, or resentful, she feels it. You cannot pour from an empty cup. We all know that saying, right? You cannot lead from exhaustion. You want her to smile again? Start winning in your own life. Get your body right. Handle your business and build your mission. When you're solid, she relaxes. When you're happy, she feels safe. When you lead with confidence, she thrives in her femininity. So stop trying to keep her happy by losing yourself. Be the man who creates a happy life, and watch how fast that turns into a happy wife. Like and subscribe if you're done living backwards. We are restoring polarity here, one man and one woman at a time.
These men didn't give up, they optimized. They sleep better, stress less, and make decisions without needing approval or apologies. The happiness isn't loud, but it's consistent, which is apparently suspicious now. Funny how stability doesn't need validation.
So yesterday, I made a video in which I put out my theory that the majority, or at least most men that are single, are not as lonely as a lot of individuals out there would like us to believe. In fact, from the majority of the comments from men, most men have actually found it rather peaceful being single. And this seemed to upset some individuals, and by some I mean some women, some of whom left some very disparaging comments in regards to what they thought of me. But it doesn't matter what they think of me. What I want to know is, why would some women get upset that men are more happy single than they were in relationships? Because I think we all know that sometimes it's worse to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't appreciate you than to be single and be by yourself, where you don't have to worry about impressing anyone or worrying about what they're doing. So why would some be upset about what the guys were saying? Seems rather funny, doesn't it?
Happy wife, happy life? Well, kind of. But what if we have it just a little bit backwards? What if by keeping our husbands happy, we get it returned to us tenfold? Now, this is just a theory. I'm just some dumb internet idiot. But I'll tell you something. I'm a selfish person. It may not seem like it, but I spent a long time thinking of myself first. And not until recently did I realize it was just making me more miserable. My husband is honestly constantly trying to give me everything that I want and need, but I would still feel anxious and unsatisfied. And it recently dawned on me, am I doing the same for him? And I had a meltdown because I realized, no, I wasn't. I thought I was, but it was just surface level stuff. And ever since then, I've been making a very conscious effort to put myself last. What does my husband need? How can I assist him? How can I make his life better? And I feel so much better.
Finally, somebody else gets it. It is so refreshing when a woman realizes that a man cannot make her happy. Both of you can only ever add to each other's happiness. I truly believe the reality is that most men know that.
Meanwhile, many women were promised that independence alone would equal fulfillment. Career success, endless options, and self-love were supposed to replace partnership. But somehow dissatisfaction keeps leaking through the cracks. Empowerment didn't come with a satisfaction guarantee.
Yep, you got me. I'm so upset that I'm single. I just miss doing the emotional labor of two people. Having to coddle a grown man's ego while he never took my thoughts and feelings into consideration ever. Being pressured to have sex with him even when I was tired and didn't feel like it because as his girlfriend, it was my duty to please him. Oh, how I miss how he used to like and comment on girls' pictures on Instagram and Facebook, and how he didn't draw clear boundaries with his female friends. But I couldn't go outside the house wearing a tank top because I was looking for attention. I yearned for the days where I got jackhammered to death for 3 minutes, only for him to roll over and go to sleep, and then I have to tiptoe off to the bathroom to finish myself. Sir, I don't know where you got your information from, but as long as we have to choose from selfish, narcissistic, emotionally stunted, misogynistic, dookie stains in your drawers having ass men, we will happily be single.
Because to me, it really, even listening to that conversation, it is literally saying, you as a man have to put your feelings on the back burner, because the only way that your marriage or your relationship is going to be happy is if the woman is happy.
Exactly.
Therefore, you're not allowed to think, feel, react.
Social media says men are lonely and miserable, yet the men themselves look relaxed, focused, and oddly unbothered. When your enemies keep telling you that you're unhappy, but your life feels fine, something isn't adding up. Gaslighting only works if the lights are still on.
The happiest people are single women and married men. It was like this whole debate, and I'm like, I really think that is true.
Honestly, you guys, I feel like a lot of married women are unhappy.
Because they take on both roles. A lot of women take on both roles, and that's what makes them unhappy. Because when a man gets married, he automatically gets everything. He gets a home. He gets, he gets the good parts of a woman.
He gets a chef, a nanny, a house cleaner, a prostitute.
They get everything.
They get everything.
Literally. And then the woman is expected to do the housework and work as well.
Honestly, I don't want to say a lot of women enable it, but it's you got it. I think Shara 7 says something really well. She's just don't do it for a week.
What do women want?
Money.
Just money.
Just money.
You really believe that?
Yes.
100%.
And 100%.
Tell me why you think that.
Because most of the ladies that I have met, they want money.
Do you have money?
Yes, why not?
Are you rich?
Not much.
Okay. So then you don't get the ladies?
No, I can get.
And then they find out you're not rich and they're like,
No, it's okay. No. A lot of them, they are interested, but I will stay far away because I feel they want money.
All women?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to meet a rich woman.
No.
Why not?
No, I'm not interested in this. Again, I will explain it to you. Okay? So today, let's say you have money.
Okay.
Okay. And I have money.
Okay.
But in the future, maybe you will not have money. But I will continue with you, no problem, because I will be the provider.
Okay.
But if you have money and I have money, and in the future I don't have money, you will not continue with me.
What really stings isn't that men are single, it's that they're content without chasing, proving, or performing. Nothing triggers outrage like men who stop seeking approval entirely. Peace is very disrespectful to narratives.
Dude, being single is freaking sucky and it's freaking hard. Like, everybody's like, oh, but you're so young. And it's like, yeah, I know I have time, whatever. But it's like, dude, some days you just get sick of it. You're like, I have nobody to come home to. I have nobody to make plans with ever. I have nobody's freaking family to spend time with. Like, it's just freaking sucky. And then, I don't know, you guys. Like, honestly, most days I'm chill. I'm okay with, like, being single. But, like, some days you just get so sick of it. And you just feel so alone. And you're like, literally, where is this person that I'm supposed to spend, like, all of eternity with? Like, where are they? And it just gets hard. And you're like, are they even coming? Like, genuinely, I don't know. I don't know, and sometimes there's just no hope. And yeah, you know, just check on your single friends, because we're holding it together. And some people genuinely are, like, so happy being single, they don't even think about being with anybody else, and that is totally fine. I wish I was like that. And I don't think about my singleness every second of the day, but some days it's just so freaking hard to keep it together and act like I don't want that, because I want it so bad. So, yeah, anyway.
Want the ability to, like you're saying, understand. We've been told so much all the time. It's about, as long as the woman's happy, happy wife, happy life. Yes. Like, divorces only happen if the wife's unhappy.
Oh, I think a big part of that unhappiness is just feeling not heard or not understood. And there's only so much that you can do. Because if I'm just a crazy lady and I never feel heard or understood, like, you know, that's different. But if you're actually doing some form of communication that I'm like, this man is not considering me at all, then yeah, okay, that's fair.
The term happy wife, happy life originally wasn't even about a happy woman. It was about money. It's from a 1903 poem called The Work and Wages Party. And the verse reads as follows: with all the kids in clover, a happy wife, a happy life, and a jolly good turnover. The original context wasn't even about a happy woman. It was about work and not making enough money to be able to live. What we've done is taken a phrase that had absolutely nothing to do with women and center it around women, like we do the majority of things. What it does is promote a subservient husband and implies that his happiness is expected to be put on the back burner.
And now we're told this is a crisis. Not because families are collapsing or society is breaking, but because men aren't playing the role they were assigned anymore. Apparently, happiness without permission is a problem.
Single men are much happier than most people think. In fact, being single is such a relief for most men once they release themselves from that cultural paradigm that they need to have a woman in their life in order to be considered relatively happy. Well, the truth could not be further from the paradigm that we're living in. Men are much happier on their own without a woman in their lives.
God didn't call us for one to be better than the other. He called us to be partners. So when there are people out here consistently having conversations that a woman should, I hate a happy wife is a happy life. No, there are two people in the relationship. And I do believe that there may be a lot of men in marriages that are unhappy. And guess what they're doing? They're spreading the word. They're telling their homeboys, their sons, their cousins that marriage sucks, that I don't want to be here because I'm unhappy and because everything is about my wife and I don't have a voice and I don't have a decision. Or I can't, my voice doesn't matter in the decisions of our household because society says that if the wife is happy, nothing else matters.
By now, I'm sure we are all familiar with this male loneliness epidemic. And let me just tell you, my personal opinion on this is that men can never be lonely enough. But there also have been a couple things that have happened recently where I'm like, you know what? Maybe you guys are getting lonely. So there was this guy that I went on a couple of dates with, and then, I don't know, told him I wasn't interested, and I saw him recently, and he was like, hey, by the way, I unfollowed you on Instagram. And I looked at him, I was like, no, you didn't. And he was like, yeah, I did. As soon as you said that you weren't interested, I immediately unfollowed you on Instagram. And I was like, you literally are like the first person to look at all of my stories. Like, you definitely still follow me on Instagram. You literally liked my selfie yesterday. Obviously, he was like embarrassed, and he's like, yeah, because like you still pop up in my DMs. I'm like, well, I don't DM you, so I saw this morning that he had viewed my Instagram story, so I messaged him and I was like, being in the top 10 views, first views, and no follow back is crazy. And he goes, just finished my coffee, had to get my morning creep session in. Like, I can't with you guys, okay? Like, at this point, just follow me back.
So yes, single men are enjoying the no wife happy life, while many women are still asking why fulfillment hasn't arrived yet. Different paths, different outcomes, same clock ticking. Turns out happiness doesn't respond to hashtags.
Men didn't vanish. They just stopped caring. And that's what's shaking the system. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next video.